If you want to be rich and if you want to be free, then you have to become a producer instead of a consumer. Once I understood this, I made over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. And the path is the same for everyone. All the losers in the world are consumers, straight up. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll just end up being what the great pet detective Ace Ventura calls a lehu zahir. But look, the path to success is the same for everyone. You have to produce more than you consume. And the only way that you can produce is by creating. If you produce more, if you create more than you consume, then it is impossible for you to lose. Look, there's this great Shakespearean-esque film called Baby Boy, where Tyrese plays the main character called Jody. And there's a scene in Baby Boy where Jody and his homeboy, they're sitting on the corner. And Jody, he just comes to an epiphany and he says, man, look around you. He's selling bean pies. He's selling CDs. She's selling hair. He's selling incense. And look at us, just standing here broke. He told his homeboy that there's buyers and there's sellers, and we don't sell nothing. All that we do is buy. Then he told his boy the exchange of goods and services, that's commerce. So he realized that they were not producing anything. All that they were doing were consuming in their life, and that's why they couldn't get ahead in their life, because they just consumed. They didn't produce anything. They didn't create anything. And here's the great thing about becoming a producer. Here's the great thing about becoming a creator is that it's natural. It's what you're supposed to do. Hear me loud and clear when I tell you this. You are the ultimate creator on earth. You are a human being. You are made in the image of the ultimate creator. So if God is the ultimate creator of the universe and he made you in his image, then that means that you are the ultimate creator on earth. Accept your divine ability to create and to produce. It's what you are intended to do. Everybody that's walking around here feeling unfulfilled in their life, they feel that way because they're not creating anything. You will always feel unfulfilled unless you are creating, unless you are producing. It is what you are intended to do on earth. So you need to ask yourself, am I a producer or am I a consumer? Do I produce anything? Do I put anything out into the world, or do I just consume everything? Something as simple as even content on social media. Are you a consumer of content or are you a producer of content? A daily habit of just producing something and putting something out into the world that wasn't here yesterday simply made me 7 figures. And if you do find yourself consuming more than you produce, you need to ask yourself, what is it that I'm consuming? Because that stuff matters. Look, what you tune into, you turn into, and what entertains you, trains you. So even on the social media side, what is it that you're consuming all the time? Even on YouTube, what is it that you're consuming all the time? Because that stuff is messing with your subconscious brain, and your subconscious mind is more powerful than your conscious mind. Most people, they don't realize that. And most people are brainwashing themselves for failure instead of brainwashing themselves for success. Your conscious mind is not as powerful as your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is running everything, but your subconscious mind, it has no reasoning ability. It believes what you tell it. It doesn't know the difference between something that's fake and something that's real. That's why dreams feel so real. That's why if you really just close your eyes and imagine yourself biting into a lemon, that's why your mouth gets watery. That's why there's a placebo effect. People that think that they took the medicine get healthy. Why? Because their subconscious mind believed it. That's why a lot of the surgeries that people get are not even required. If you just cut somebody open and stitch them back up and they think that they had the surgery, a lot of the times they heal better than if they even did get the surgery. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and what's not. So everything that you consume, from TV programming to the movies to who you choose to follow and what content that you choose to consume on social media, it's all training your subconscious mind unbeknownst to you. So what is it that you actually are consuming? Because you need to have a healthy diet. And this is what changed everything for me once I switched everything and I had a healthy diet. And when I say a healthy diet, most people, they think that I'm talking about stuff that they eat as a diet. Like, oh yeah, I eat leafy green vegetables and I drink my water and I eat my fruit. No, having a healthy diet is everything that your mind and your body consumes. Everything. What is going into my ears on a day-to-day? what is going into my vision on a day-to-day on top of what is going into my body. And if it's not healthy for me, I cut it off 100%. There are family members that I love, can't talk to them. Why? Because I don't want what they say to be consumed by me, to have a chance of influencing my subconscious mind. I don't need that negativity. Yeah, I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance, cuz I don't want to be on that same frequency that you on right now, because I'm vibrating on a higher vibration. The great philosopher Kendrick Lamar said, I cut my granny off if she don't see it how I see it. That's how I am. That's how serious I am about my diet. That's how serious I am about what my mind and my body consumes. You need to have a healthy diet, but be a producer, be a creator. I create stuff that other people consume. You don't want to just be a consumer. I create the content that other people consume. I don't just consume content. I produce more content than I consume. And once you start to be a producer, once you start to create more than you consume, you start to look at the world with a producer mindset. Look, I created a whole 7-figure system for myself by simply looking at the world from a producer mindset. And system is an acronym, SYSTEM. System stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. To where you do the work once, implement it into a system, and the system works for you 24/7, 365. So you get your time back and you can make more by working less. So I created systems for myself by looking at stuff that I consumed from a producer's mindset. So let me break it down for you. Let me grab my whiteboard actually. Look, I created Flywheels for myself by looking at the world from a producer mindset instead of a consumer mindset. So if you're not familiar with what a flywheel is, it's this. I know this looks like some delicious cinnamon roll or something like this, but this is a flywheel. So a flywheel is something to where it may take a little while for the wheel to get to spin, but once it gets going, it just grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with the energy that the wheel is already spinning from. So Jeff Bezos, he runs Amazon off of a flywheel. So I was like, oh, instead of me just consuming from Amazon all the time, let me look at what Amazon is doing from a producer mindset and see how I can apply some of the things that are working for one of the richest guys on the planet, and see if I can pluck some of that stuff out here and make it work for me. And I created 2 flywheels for myself so I can actually get my time back and I can make more while working less. So here are these 2 flywheels and how they work together. If you focus on producing a solution for somebody else that has a problem, because that's all that business is, the only thing that people spend any of their dollars on is on something that solves a problem in their life, then we package that solution up in a digital product as a vehicle so we can deliver that solution to somebody that needs it online, right? So we'll have a digital product. Then right here, that person, they get that solution or the money. This is where we actually get the sale, right? Then that person, they get their transformation, because a transformation is simply just a solution. Think about it. If you're selling an informational, transformational digital product, there's going to be a result that that person gets when they purchase it. If they want to lose 10 pounds, they buy your product to learn how to lose the 10 pounds. The 10 pounds is their transformation. If you have a productivity product and they become more productive, then the transformation is them becoming more productive, right? But then that person turns into an evangelist. And I know when you hear evangelist, it may sound like a religious term, but an evangelist is simply just an ambassador. And even if you take it back to religious text, what is an evangelist? It's somebody that simply got a transformation, then they went and they spread the word. They went and they spread the gospel. They went and they told everybody about the transformation that they received, right? And then you get more people to buy your actual product. But you need traffic for this, right? Because you have to get people's eyes on your actual business. So here, everything starts with your avatar. This is the individual that you're going to be helping. This is your customer profile. You make content only speaking to your avatar. That's why most people, they can't get any traction in their content creation. They always cry and boo-hoo about, the algorithm hates me. I can't get any views. I can't get any followers. I can't get any subscribers, because you're not making your content for an intended individual. But then The algorithms, once they know who you're making the content for, the algorithms start to categorize your content, and then they use their organic traffic sources to get you in front of more people that fits your avatar's profile. Add this flywheel with this flywheel, and now I have a system for myself that's going to generate revenue for me every single day, that's going to get eyeballs on me every single day. I learned this from having a producer mindset when I'm shopping at Amazon. Then I went and I started to study, what is Jeff Bezos doing? You only start to think like this when you're looking at everything with a producer mindset, not when you're only moving through the world as a consumer. Another system that I built for myself, I learned this from studying IKEA. Think about when you go to IKEA, the furniture store, right? They funnel all the traffic into the door, and then they put you through a maze that shows you every single product that they have available. Last time I went to IKEA, I went for one thing, a cowhide rug. I walked out of IKEA with knives, plates, spoons, glasses, forks, and then a cowhide rug. So I did the same thing. If I have multiple products, I drive all the traffic to one product. And then once they've made that purchasing decision, I then show them other products that I have available on the back end. So for example, if my main product here is going to be an ebook, let's say that this main product that I'm driving all the traffic to is an ebook. Once people have made that purchasing decision to purchase that ebook, then I may have something that's called an order bump. An order bump is some no-brainer item that goes with the core offer. So if you're thinking of going to Chick-fil-A, the chicken sandwich is the core offer, the fries and the drink is the order bump, right? If you're in Target, for me, it's always a pack of Altoid mints. If I don't have some mints on me, then I get some mints at the checkout, right? But an order bump may be something like an audiobook. Right, but the only people that see this audiobook are only the people that made a purchasing decision to get my core offering. Then I may offer some type of upsell, like a course or whatnot. And then if I have another product, I offer the other product here, and then I offer the other product here. But you see how this starts to look just like IKEA, right? You funnel all the traffic for one thing, and then they see everything else that you have available once they're into your ecosystem. I learned this from looking at IKEA from a producer mindset once I went in there for my cowhide rug. But you gotta start looking at the world with a producer mindset, and you'll realize how much stuff that you can learn on a day-to-day when you just start producing. And it's going to have a switch in your brain. And once you see stuff, you can't unsee it. And you're going to catch so much game on how you can apply what all these businesses are doing to yourself. And look, if it works for billion-dollar companies, guess what? It's going to work for you on a smaller scale. But people don't catch the game that's around them every single day because they're just walking around just consuming everything. They're not thinking of anything that they can create. They're not thinking of anything that they can produce. Look, a lot of the game is to be caught, not taught. And you won't ever catch the game that's freely available to you if you are strictly just in the consumption mindset and you're never in a producer mindset. You're never thinking of being a creator. Just to give you another example, when I was in Walgreens, I stood in Walgreens not too long ago for about 20 minutes. And I was just looking at the magazines because my producer mindset, my creator mindset is like, okay, we are in a digital world right now. Nobody really reads magazines. So these magazines that are on the shelf at Walgreens, they gotta be doing something right. So I went to Walgreens to just look at magazine covers for about 20 minutes because guess what? I'm like, okay, I'm focused on building a YouTube channel right now. What are these magazines doing to catch somebody's attention to pick up the magazine and purchase it when everybody has access to the same information in their phones quicker now than flipping through a magazine? Isn't a magazine cover and a thumbnail on YouTube very similar? I learned how to produce better thumbnails by looking at magazine covers. Because I'm like, they're doing something to catch somebody's eye and they're relaying a message within 3 to 5 words to get somebody to grab that magazine to purchase it. I do the same thing when I'm sitting there scrolling through Netflix or scrolling through HBO Max or scrolling through Amazon Prime. What are they doing that got my attention to click this show or to click this movie and watch it. Isn't that something very similar to what happens on YouTube? Aren't people scrolling through their homepage and they're seeing different thumbnails and something's catching their eye and they're deciding to click it? But I would have never caught that game unless every single time that I open up HBO Max to watch a show, or every single time I open up Amazon Prime to watch a show that I'm watching right now called The Boys, I would have never got that information if I only consume. But I'm a producer, I'm a creator. I look at the world from a creator standpoint. I look at the world from a producer mindset. But here's what it really comes down to on why consumers are the losers of the world. It's because they want instant gratification. They need those cheap, instant dopamine hits. Because producers, you may not get that instant gratification. But the winners of the world, the rich people of the world, the successful people of the world, they understand delayed gratification. We live in a microwave society, and one of the main reasons for this is social media. Because people, they get that instant gratification of social media. They can hit something right now and get an instant result. That's why a lot of people, even on a content creation standpoint, they're scared of making content on YouTube. Why? Because they don't get that instant gratification of if they post something up on Instagram or TikTok right now, they can get a like right now. They can get a comment right now. They can grow some followers quickly right now. Whereas YouTube, it may feel like a delayed gratification. And they're like, oh, I didn't get any views. Oh, my channel's not growing. Oh, blah, 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 blah. That's the crybaby consumer voice. I can't really even understand what they say a lot of the times now. I feel like it's like Charlie Brown's teacher. I don't know, you ever seen Charlie Brown and teachers talking? It's just like, that's what I hear when I just hear all the people that want all the instant gratification on why they need stuff to work today and they need stuff to work tomorrow. When stuff don't work in 2 weeks, they be quitting. It just sounds, but all that cheap dopamine is frying people's brain. It's frying their dopamine receptors. And anything worth having, especially in business, it's going to take a little bit of time. And when you are a producer, you understand that. You understand that delayed gratification. So when you actually do have your big win, to everybody else it looks like, oh, you was an overnight success, and oh, they want all the stuff that you put in a little bit of time for. They want it all right now. Then they start all begging you, oh, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you do it? But then a lot of times they don't want to listen to how you actually did it, because they're not willing to do what you actually did, because they want everything right now. When you knew that there's things that you need to work on, you knew that you had to get your mindset right. You knew that you had to become the person first, because the be comes before the get. All those people that want that instant gratification, all of those consumers, they think that they can get something and then start doing something. But the people that have the delayed gratification, they understand that they have to become the person first that's able to do the thing. That's how you actually manifest stuff. People think that you just be who you are right now and just stuff will just pop up, and that's how manifestation works, and that's how law of attraction works. I'm like, no, the be comes before the get. You become the person that's able to acquire the thing. That's why people say that they want to lose weight, and then you always hear about how they're on some new diet or how they always need to lose another 10 pounds. There's this girl that comes to mind right now. A few times a year, she always needs to lose like 20 pounds. Then next time, now she's doing this diet so she can lose 10 pounds. Then she loses 10 pounds. Then a few months later, she got to do this new fad diet, the new Beyonce diet or whatever, so she can lose a little 12 pounds. Right? She doesn't realize that she needs to become a healthy person in order for her to become the image that she wants. The be comes before the get. Somebody will say, oh, when I get rich, I'm going to give back to the hood. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're not a giving person now. You have to be a giving person with what you have now in order to be that when you get more. People cross their fingers and say, oh, one day I'm going to get rich. But you don't produce and create nothing now. So how are you ever going to get rich when you have to create a product, when you have to produce a solution to a problem that somebody else has, so they will buy that solution from you? You're never going to get the money. You have to become the person first. You become a person that has value to add to the world. You get numbers coming in online, your business, like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join the It's Credited at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join right now. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description and tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But I'm telling you, to get to whatever levels of success that you want to get to whatever amount of money and income and revenue and business success that you want to get to, the equation is very simple. And if you study any successful person, it's always going to be the same. They produce more than they consume. So don't just be a consumer, be a producer. And even when you are consuming, look at the thing that you are consuming with the producer mindset to see how you can apply the same things to yourself to help you make way more money. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this video right here for 11 rules that I guarantee will make you a shit ton of money. It's Credited at the Top.